right. Good afternoon and welcome. Thank you for attending today's webinar on Statement Marketing Explained. My name is Chase Bodmer, and I am a sales representative here at LKCS. Some ground rules. All lines are currently muted, so if you have any questions, type them into the GoToMeeting toolbar. For anyone else wondering if this webinar will be available afterward, you're in luck, as this is currently being recorded and will be uploaded to the LKCS YouTube channel. All right, for those of you who are new to LKCS and aren't fully aware of who we are, LKCS is a full-service multimedia marketing company, and we've been in business since 1961, working with financial institutions the whole time. With that, a good portion of our products and services are related to the financial industry, and obviously, some of the biggest and the most important things that we do here are statement printing, mailing, and e-statements, and other things of that sort, which we're going to talk about. If you're looking for anything else or have any other questions on any other services, please feel free to reach out to me after the webinar and we can discuss anything else you might need. What we're going to get into today is how to leverage statements for marketing purposes. Some of the big key points we're going to talk about are how statements and e-statements can create strong marketing offers. People tend to not think of them as traditional routes for marketing, but they are, and we need to focus on that marketing. We're not just going to do what everyone does, the same couple of things over and over again, with slight adjustments here and there. We're actually going to use data to leverage marketing offers. We can use multiple ad spaces to get those different messages and points across. This we will get into throughout the webinar. The other big point we'd like to make is that print and electronic statements can be the same, but they can also be a little bit different. So just because they switch to e-statements doesn't mean you can or should quit marketing to them. Just because they went with a paperless option doesn't mean you're going to forget about them and then stop the marketing. The overall look of the statement may be similar, but those marketing offers can be different regardless of how the statement is delivered. Once more, we're going to make sure that the marketing messages we're delivering are relevant to those specific people. Our platform. Before we begin, I'm going to take a step back briefly and just talk about how LKCS goes about this and how we prepare and manage this. The number one way we let our clients prepare their statement is by a format or layout that they choose. We're not a conventional organization. We don't want everybody locked to the same thing or to have all of our clients with very similar designs. So as soon as we begin, we're going to ask you for specific formatting options and styling elements that you want to incorporate. So every single thing or every single piece of that statement is going to be unique to your institution, your brand, and how you want to portray yourselves to your account holders. When I talk about statement reformatting, a lot of people don't necessarily know what that means. This right here is a great example of two statements side by side using the exact same data. The one on the left is a non-reformatted version of the statement on the right, which has been reformatted. If I'm an account holder and you're sending me statements that look like the one on the left, I'm not going to look at it as it's too hard to read. I'm not going to understand it, so I'm just not going to look at it. If you're going to send me a statement like on the right, I have an interest to actually look at it. It's easier to understand, it's easy to read. Statement formatting and reformatting is a big key and a big part of this marketing on the statement. Once again, this is flexible statement design. Don't let your vendors tell you that this is the way it must be, because it shouldn't be and it isn't. You can change anything and everything that you would like to. These next couple slides are just examples, different ideas, different ways that fonts, styles, and headings can be used and placed. This is how they look. So statement on the left, simple, small little ad space on the bottom. Statement on the right, simple text, ad space on the top, with more of a graphical ad at the bottom. We've got different headers, different fonts, different styles for both. Moving on, we now have two different statements with different font styles, headers, different ad placement areas. We have graphical text over these two. Moving on. And here are another 2 statements. I've shown 6, we have dozens. Everybody is unique in the way they want to lay things out, how you want to view things. So again, we want to make sure we do that for all our clients here. Lastly, don't forget about color. It used to be a lot more expensive to do color statements versus black and white. That price has come down considerably in the last few years. So if you're looking into reformatting or looking into switching statement processors, most times you'll be shocked by the difference between black and white versus color. Of course, color statements are nicer to look at. It's a lot easier to see what's going on when things are in color. Your eyes are drawn faster to where you want them to go when you use color. But just because we're talking about statements today doesn't mean you should forget about all the other types of documents you're sending out, such as your daily notices, credit card statements, separate mortgage statements. All the things we're going to talk about can apply to those documents as well. And again, that's another way to get your message in front of those account holders. So don't forget about all the different ways you're communicating via statements or notices. Let's get into how we actually do this statement marketing. How can we handle this for you? We call it, and the industry calls it, trans promo. What does trans promo mean? Really, it's just a compound expression form between the words transactional and promotional. We're going to bring promotions and advertising together onto current transaction-related documents, such as your statements. Now, here is where we take it to the next level. You're actually going to combine data mining and business intelligence technology with variable data printing, including these advertisements within your statements. You won't have to send out a separate postcard or a separate letter and pay more than needed. Putting it directly on your statement costs next to nothing per piece. In the end, you're marketing for pennies on the dollar. Statement ads, or what we call onserts, are called onserts because they're going directly on the statement. Where an insert goes in with the statement, we can take these ads and send them to all account holders, or we can target specific groups to those account holders to receive one or more of those messages. We don't have to do that. We can start marketing and individually going down to the account holder level to give them the best marketing options directly on their statements. We do not limit you to short text only messages at the top of your statement. You can include any of the following: graphics, logos, fonts, photos, or personalize the ads. And when I go over personalization, we'll get into a few different options. But you can actually put information directly in the ads that's relevant to that specific person. This same technology that allows us to do all of that allows us to do loan payments, coupons, rate grids, regulatory notices, and so much more, all sent directly to your statements. Another benefit from LKCS is that we allow our clients to either design the ads themselves or choose a pre-made design. We have tons of pre-made designs to choose from and add to that catalog every month. Moving on, these are just a few different options of statement onserts. When I was talking about the personalization of those, the top left is a loan payment coupon. This is a big one amongst our clients who choose to do it. Instead of doing a loan payment coupon book, yearly or at the beginning of that loan, we're going to print that loan payment coupon on their monthly statement or print 3 of them for their quarterly statement, depending on how often they get those statements. We can put all the information on there so that the account holder's name, their number, the loan amount can be ready and uploaded. We can actually do this on the fly, so as they pay things in advance, we can adjust those numbers within the data that's in the statement to make it accurate. The one on the right is a skip a payment letter. This just gives a payment letter that goes right in with the statements. We're pre-populating using the account holder information, allowing them to skip the important information needed, so all that account holder has to do is check a box, sign, and be finished. They will no longer need to fill in that information themselves. You are not limited to small, targeted areas. You can do entire pages and what we call statement letters. We have found that including personalized direct mail letters as the first page of your statement not only doesn't cost any extra postage, but according to the Direct Mail Association, these letters are the most effective method of direct mail. People still prefer looking at a letter for pre-approvals, referral campaigns, skip-a-pay, investment relationships, welcoming new account holders, so on and so forth. These are some examples of full-page letters. Each page corresponds to the first page of that statement. Truly, you can customize them however you would like. I'll give everyone a second to look at those. All right. We're now going to talk about cross-selling. With these new ideas I've given you to look back at, now we need to start thinking about how we can use this to effectively cross-sell different products and services that we might have. Again, you have the full ability to specifically target who will receive those onserts or inserts with different criteria, including account relationships, account balances, account activity, geography, and any other condition that's identifiable in that statement data, or any conditions identifiable in a separate control file. When you start thinking of just those few things, you have all kinds of information within that statement data on those three things that you can start mixing and matching and targeting different people and different account holders for different products and different services that you offer. Once you start looking at geography and all the other conditions that you might have already in your statement data, the possibilities are limitless for how far you can take this. A couple potential candidates for this could be welcoming new account holders to your institution. The first time we would see that person in that statement file, we can drop in a message. Loan payoff thank you letters. When they're paying off their loans, we can thank them for their business and let them know the latest loan rates on a product. Auto loan recapture. Looking at the data to see how long someone has had an auto loan with you. We know people start looking for a new vehicle after roughly 3 years, so we can start targeting auto ads after, let's say, 30 months. Birthday messages. If you have an account holder's birth date in the file, we can reach out in the month their birthday falls and wish them a happy birthday. Insurance/mortgage investment services. Any of those other services that you may offer and you want to target, you can do that. Business accounts, targeting your business accounts more separately than your regular account holders. New mergers or branch acquisitions and new segs. All those are different ways you can take advantage of those cross-sell opportunities. There are a lot of different avenues to think about. But again, everything is customizable, so anything you can think of is, for the most part, possible. Now it's time for our all-star review. We have a client who is one of our all-star marketing statement clients. Credit Union One is a client of ours, and they use a lot of targeted marketing techniques on their statements. For the most part, they have a combination of 30 ads or more going out each and every month. Those ad sizes ranged from 3 inches by 2 inches all the way up to full-page letters. They use several different areas of their statements for onserts, targeting these cross-sell opportunities. Why don't we get into a few of these and show you how they're doing it? Their monthly campaign works like this. They have a total of 5 separate ad locations. They have a full page letter area for the front first page of the statement. They have a full page, and for the back of their statement, they have a full page ad for the back of their statement, a normal first page ad, which is a smaller ad up in the top right corner, another first page ad, that we call a position 2 ad. That's a smaller ad that's at the bottom part of the first page of the statement. Last but not least, they have a white space area, which is the last front side ad slot available. If there's space there to put a separate ad, just to quickly reiterate, that is 5 separate areas. They also have 4 different classes of answers that they do. They're sending out different ads for different answers for loan specials or product specials that they have going on at that time. They will send us onserts for their matrix or onboarding campaign. They have consumer segments, which are broken down by different products that the account holder might have. This also includes a kind of coverall answer if you're not in any of the other groups. Credit Union One sends 10 to 20 data files every single month. And within those 10 to 20 data files or which class of answer they're going to be in. That's what we use to specify who qualifies for what our team works with directly each month. We then get all that data, go through it, filter it, and figure out who is going to be getting what. We then go through with them which messages should have priority over others and place them where they'd like them. This right here is an actual statement from them. On the left, this is just a simple 3" by 2" ad in the top right corner, which is the only ad that was on the first page. Stands out well. The one on the right, however, has 2 separate answers on it. It has a 3" by 2" in the top right corner and a separate area right underneath it. The second one has no statement data presented, as it would be moved on to the second page due to the ad. Here's another combination of 2 ads. As you can see, the possibilities are truly limitless on how you can set up your statements. Let's move on now to envelope back printing. When you open an envelope, what part of the envelope do you tend to look at? That's right, the back of the envelope. This area is inexpensive to use, and we charge just over a penny per envelope to include your ads right there. We know people are going to look at them because they're on the back side of the envelope, exactly where they're going to be opening it. This area can be used in any way you'd like. We send out stock ads you can use, or once again, you can create your own unique design every time if you desire. Using onserts for envelope backers. We had just talked about several varying onserts and multiple different ads. We send out new ideas every quarter for this. Here are 5 different LKCS made ads just to give you a taste. With those, we can rearrange them and configure them to fit properly as an envelope ad and use. Once again, the choice is yours. You can mix and match and create anything you'd like. E-statement marketing. With e-statements, we understand that e-statements are the future for most of your account statements, including all that statement marketing that we just went over. Physical statements, we believe, are still just as important. Even though the way of the world may be switching to electronic, this does not mean we're going to forget about them. Those transparent techniques can all be incorporated into our e-statement system. Your statement answer is going to be directly placed onto the statement. They're going to appear just as they would if we printed them or posted them electronically. We do tons of different things with e-statements that we don't do with print statements. Banner ads, so when you think about printing statements and putting in an actual statement stuff or insert, this is what's taking the place of that. We actually show up to 6 different, we call banner ads, at the top of that statement page. Those banner ads can link to web page PDFs, whatever it may be that you might want. They can appear for all of your account holders, or they can be selective. We don't have to show these ads to everybody. We can pick and choose exactly who we're showing to, just like how the onserts can be selective and targeted based on all kinds of things. So can these ads. We also do a helpful little thing and flag those ads and have a new up in the corner so your account holders actually know what they haven't seen before what they haven't clicked on. We allow you to customize the notification email that goes out every single month, turning that notification email into something custom, rather than just telling them, hey, your statements, they're ready to view, click here. We turn it into an online newsletter, an online resource, promoting your latest specials or what's going on. This is a great tool to utilize to update your account holders on what you guys are up to. Another major benefactor of electronic color is that it doesn't cost you anymore. If you've been on the rocks about color versus black and white and don't want to get into the color game on the print side, color won't cost you a dime more on a computer screen. No matter what, your e-statements can be shown in full color and at no additional costs. Some advantages of LKCS and our e-statements. You can deliver any document type electronically. For statement tax forms, Account notices, anything you would produce, this can be done electronically. Mobile friendly. It is crucial for these to be mobile friendly, as everyone is now connected on their phone or tablet. If you can't access or view those statements on a mobile device, users will have a poor experience, which reflects directly on you. You can create customizable, trackable email notifications with tracking behind it, so you can actually view who's clicked on what. Optional text message notifications. Say I want an email sent out on certain pieces, but I'd like other text messages on other pieces that might be coming electronically. This will allow your account holders to pick and choose, being able to link to those newsletters, disclosures, privacy policies, inserts, and any other web page that you may have designed for a unique promotion or anything for that matter. Online retention for longer than 12 to 24 months. If you'd like to retain your history out on e-statements for several years, just for an example, that's perfectly fine. We have clients currently who have data files dating back 5+ years. Common viewing e-statements for joint accounts from a single logon. This is something that you would do on your side, but linking certain accounts so people won't have to log in once to see all the different accounts that they may have access to. The financial institution then can review those statements, tax forms, etc. online before they're sent out, thus giving online approval before anything is put into action. Continuing on with those advantages. Want a back-end platform where your employees have access to all documents, not just the people signed up? You've got it. You're now able to pull up any files or documents the same way that the account holder sees them. Ads and all will show up on these documents just as they receive them. You'll gain a comprehensive user management system to handle enrollment, staff permissions, and much more. Complete e-statement reporting, users access logs, email bounces, all that jazz. E-statement enrollment with instant access to historical documents. This means an account holder that has been with you for really any period of time and is just signing up for e-statements will have access to all of their prior documents. The ones that they were a print statement account, they will also be able to see all that history. Single sign-on integrations. With multiple online banking vendors, we have yet to discover one that we weren't able to work with. I'd like to now quickly go over privacy and security. Everything we've gone over today, from account holder information, e-statements, statements, and other important data, would be nothing if it weren't for the high level of security that LKCS provides. We are a SOC 2 certified company and carry that paperwork. We share it with any and all who may ask, and we send that out yearly regardless. This is of the utmost importance to us. Here's a list of several security features that LKCS has to keep your data safe. That LKCS has to keep your data safe. I want to touch on two that I feel are very important. Number one, our building was designed with security in mind. All of our entrances and even some interior rooms are secured with RFID and PIN-based entry systems. No worries about someone sneaking in here. We even keep certain areas of our building restricted from our employees, such as our data center. Only 6 employees have access to that area, as no one else would have any business being in that room. And number two, all of our inserting equipment uses 2D barcode technology to read and verify statements. While this isn't uncommon in the industry, where we set ourselves apart is that we use a 2D barcode on every single statement page, rather than just page 1. This ensures that our machines can track every single page that goes through it, and also every envelope that is output. Other companies only use this code on page 1, and then trust the machine to accurately count those pages of a statement, meaning if you have a 3-page statement, LKCS is counting and reading every single page to verify they are there and in the correct order. Competitors are reading page 1 only and then letting the machine grab the next 2 pages without verification. We pride ourselves in accuracy, and this is one of the ways we ensure all statement data is accurately inserted month after month. We have now reached the end of my presentation. This is all the information I have for you today. Thank you so much again for joining my webinar. I will be staying after for the next few minutes or so to answer any questions as they come through. Thank you all again for your time, and have a great day.